Now, here's something most entrepreneurs don't realize. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful. It's a money magnet. See, when you operate from stress, scarcity, or comparison, you're going to block opportunities without even realizing it. But when you shift into gratitude, when you feel genuine appreciation for what's already here, that's when you open the flow to more abundance, more clients, and more income to come your way. That's why today I'm going to show you how to use gratitude as a powerful business strategy to shift your energy, attract better opportunities, and create lasting wealth. Hi, my name is Yvonne Bramble. I'm a business and finance coach, and I help entrepreneurs and small business owners scale to six figures with clear strategies, simple systems, and a powerful money mindset so that they can build businesses that support their lifestyle and purpose. My clients go from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to leading their business with clarity and confidence, and I want that for you too. You know, there was a time in my business when I was doing everything right. Marketing, networking, launching, but I still felt stuck. One morning, I started writing down 3 things I was grateful for. I had watched a coach. I definitely invest in coaching for myself, for my own personal growth and development. And one coach, at the time was talking about gratitude and this, that, and the other. And I said, let me try it out. This might not work. This seems a little frou-frou for me, but let me try it out, right? So I started writing it down. I started writing out things that I was grateful for. Not just big wins, but the simple things, a kind of, maybe like a client message, my laptop, the ability to work from home, a cup of coffee, right? Things I'm grateful for, just little things. Now, within a month, I noticed a change. Not just how I felt, but in my results. More inquiries, more ideas, more flow. You see, it was very subtle. Very, very subtle, I promise you. Okay, it was more of a chore, to be honest. In the beginning, I was like, okay, let me try this. Okay, write down what I'm grateful for, da-da-da-da-da. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, nothing seemed to change. But slowly, I felt happier for no reason. I felt lighter. I felt like I was moving with flow. I felt like there was more serendipitous events happening to me. You see, gratitude didn't just change my mindset, it changed my momentum. So in this video, what I want to do is share with you 3 business coaching tips on how gratitude attracts money and opportunities for entrepreneurs. Okay, so let's dive right in. Business coaching tip number 1, gratitude shifts you from lack to abundance. It's going to shift your mindset from a lack mindset to an abundance mindset. You can't attract abundance while you're focusing on what's missing. You see, gratitude moves your energy from scarcity to sufficiency, and that's when opportunities start to multiply. What came up for me as I'm sharing this with you is I remember I was taking surfing lessons. It was a period of my life where I lived in Hawaii, and I was taking surfing lessons. And this actually, I took surfing lessons as well here in Florida, but obviously the waves are different. The surfing instructor is always going to tell you to focus your attention on the waves, to focus your attention straight ahead, and to not look at your board. And you say, well, why not? I have to look at my board. I need to know where my feet are, where my foot is, where my feet are. I need to know where my position so that I can, navigate the board right? So you're thinking, I gotta pay attention to the board. But no, because if you pay attention to the board, you're gonna dive in the water. You're gonna do a nose dive. The nose of the front of the board is just gonna kind of dip into the water, and then you can flip. So I'm sharing you this example because, again, you cannot attract abundance when you're focusing on what's missing. If abundance is what you're looking for, you gotta look straight ahead, right? Look, wherever you look, you will go, okay? And so if you're focusing on a gratitude, Gratitude is going to move your energy from the scarcity, right? From the scarcity, still focusing on that surfing board, I'm not sure why, to sufficiency. Okay, so I made my point. So that's when opportunities start to multiply. Start a daily gratitude practice specifically for your business. For example, each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for, even if it's small. Maybe a new follower, on Instagram, or a lesson that you learned, or your ability to create, right? I want we're talking about business, right? So I want you to focus on what you're grateful for. Try to look for something in your business that you're grateful for. If you can't, fine. You're grateful for your cup of coffee or your matcha latte, right? You're grateful for your kids. You're grateful for your spouse, right? Think of anything. Surely there's something. And continue to write that down as a daily habit. Then take a minute to feel that gratitude, not just think it. Okay, so you wrote it down, that's great. You use your mind, your intellect. Now we're going to feel it. We're going to really, really allow our emotions to really get engaged and allow your energy to shift, because your energy shifts through emotion. Okay, that's what's gonna get you to shift your energy, is your emotions. And you'll start your day focused on what's growing, not what's lacking. That's going to reset your focus from what's lacking to what's working. Abundance. And guess what's going to happen? You are now programmed throughout your day to look at things in a positive, abundant way. You're seeking opportunity and a possibility now at that new energy set point. I work with a client who constantly said, I never have enough clients. I never have enough, right? And we shifted her focus by having her write down 3 business blessings every morning, including potential leads, even before they closed, right? So, it's a potential lead, it's not a client, that's fine. We're grateful for that. We're grateful that we were able to find a potential lead, right? Anything. Within a month, her entire energy changed. And she told me, I stopped chasing and clients started reaching out to me, right? So you move from chasing to attracting. That's where you want to be, okay? And that's because you shifted your energy. You see, gratitude turned her scarcity mindset into magnetism. See, we are electromagnetic beings. We are magnets, and we're going to magnetize what where our energy set point is. Okay, so that's what we want to do. We want to shift our energy into abundance. That leads me to business coaching tip number 2. Use gratitude to reframe setbacks. So gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means finding meaning in them. Okay, you're gonna find the treasure. You're going to find the treasure, these gold nuggets, you're going to find them in the challenges. There is one in there, right? Find that silver lining. You see, every obstacle contains a lesson or redirection that helps you grow. So when something goes wrong, a launch fails, a client cancels, you're going to ask, what can I be grateful for here? Maybe it's the lesson it taught you, to the space it created, or the resilience it built. Maybe that client was not the right fit, and now it created space for the right client. You see, reframe that. You want to write that down, and this is going to reframe failure as feedback, and that's going to really help you stay emotionally stable in business, even when things don't go as planned. I had a client who was devastated after a failed launch, and instead of spiraling, I asked her, okay, what worked? I know there's a lot going on. I know that's terrible what happened, but let's just for a second here, let's find what worked. And she realized she'd grown her email list by 200 people through that and gained clarity about her ideal client. You see? So through that failed launch, there was some treasure. She was able to grow her email list. Okay, so now she has potential clients, right? She started focusing on that, and in her next launch, she doubled her conversions through all the lessons that she learned from the first one. You see, gratitude turned a loss into leverage. And it was gratitude that changed her energy so that she can now focus on possibility instead of loss. And that leads me to business coaching tip number 3, which is express gratitude outwardly to expand opportunity. You see, gratitude creates connection, and connection creates opportunity. See, when you show appreciation to clients, partners, and your audience, you strengthen trust and attract more collaboration. Okay? So that's what you want to do, is you want to show gratitude. In fact, I tell that to my husband all the time. He owns a construction company. He remodels homes, interior homes, everything, from bathrooms, kitchens, living rooms, home office. And so I tell him, I says, a lot of times he complains about his employees that sometimes they don't do things, they mess up. I remember one time that one of his employees was nailing something, and a pipe burst. A water pipe burst in the condo, and so they had to turn off the water, and the HOA had to turn that off. He actually got billed for that, unexpected sunk costs. I mean, it was a hot mess, and he was complaining, of course, and I'm listening, and then I tell him, okay, where's the silver lining in this, right? Where is the silver lining? Even in that crazy situation, truly understand that as bad as it can get, there's always a silver lining in everything, okay? Look for that treasure, because there's some growth in there for you. Every week, make it a practice to send 3 gratitude messages to a client, a peer, a mentor. It could be something that you email, something that you text, something that you say, right? Or your spouse, your child. It could be a simple thank you email, a voice note saying, I appreciate your support, right? Or, my husband, when he gives the checks to his employees, I tell him to say thank you. Thank you. When I pay the lady that cleans the house, when I send her the money to payment, I always say thank you. I appreciate you. So try to get into that habit instead of thinking, gosh, this is expensive. Gosh, this is another expense. No, this is another business expense. When you send, maybe energetically, when you're paying a bill, thank you. I even say that. I've been through so many ups and downs. I remember I had a very low. I was a contractor at some point years ago, and I had gone through layoffs. Times were really bad. And I remember that's when I started my habit of every time I go to the grocery store and I pay, especially when it comes to groceries, that experience, because I didn't have very much to pay for food, I got into the habit of always saying thank you. Always saying thank you under my breath in a prayer. Thank you. I always say thank you when I purchase my groceries. It doesn't matter what it is. And it's a habit, and I'm grateful for that, right? So try to get into that habit. See, energy flows where attention goes. And when you give gratitude, it expands your relationships, reputation, and results. One client started a Friday ritual called Thankful Notes. And she sent personal thank you messages to her top clients each week. And within 2 months, 3 of them referred new business to her simply because they felt valued. You see, gratitude literally became her marketing strategy. Okay? Now, if you need support or help in any one of these practices on gratitude, on up-leveling your energy so you can magnetize, feel free to book a private one-on-one coaching call with me. I do have availability now for one-on-one coaching that will not be forever. Obviously, I have limited time for specifically private one-on-one coaching. So if you see the link available, snatch it up, go ahead and book a call, and I'd be happy to go over these concepts as well as support you in any other area in your business. I'm here to support you on your journey to success. Now let's take these coaching tips and put them into practice. Knowledge only becomes power when you take action, right? So here's your action step. Start your gratitude journal for entrepreneurs. See, each morning write down 3 things you're grateful for in your business, one business challenge you're facing, and what that possibly is teaching you. Where's the silver lining? We talked about the silver lining and the gratitude and things, right? So that's what I want you to do, okay? 3 things. 3 things you're grateful for, one business challenge that you're facing, and what that business challenge is possibly teaching you. Look for the silver lining in that. See? And what I want you to do is identify one person you want to express appreciation to today, and go ahead and do that. See? Do this for 7 days and watch how your energy, your opportunities, and your confidence start to expand. Now, to recap, gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's an energetic strategy. We want to use gratitude as an energetic strategy, as part of strategically that we use for our business success. See, when you shift your focus from lack to abundance, your business and your income naturally rise to meet that energy. That's a best kept secret, okay? That a lot of successful business owners and entrepreneurs hold near and dear. And they share that, and most people laugh it off. Oh, that's just frou-frou stuff. But those that actually take the time to apply it see the success in that, okay? So inside my Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy, I dive deep into this concept. I'm going to teach you how to align gratitude, mindset, and money systems to attract wealth effortlessly while creating real financial freedom. I have a module just on gratitude, how that is the highway to success. Now, the link is in the description box below. Click to enroll in the Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy so that I can continue to support you along your journey. Now, if you got value from watching this training, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who will benefit from this business coaching. It just takes a second to click that like button, and that adds so much value, not only to this channel, but to others, because now like-minded individuals just like yourself have an opportunity to have access to this free training. Now, this wraps up my Entrepreneur Mindset series. In the following videos, I'm going to dive into new strategies that connect money mastery, energy, and business growth so that you can build lasting success. Click here to watch the next video. Oceans of love. Until next time.